Chris Hemsworth returns as Thor in a stunning new trailer that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Experience the action, the drama, and the heroes fight for the future in high definition. The movie Avengers Endgame came out in 2019. In the beginning, Clint Barton is teaching his daughter archery on their farm. His wife is getting lunch ready. Suddenly, his daughter disappears. This is because Thanos, a bad guy, used powerful Infinity Stones to wipe out half of all living things. Clint and Tony Stark are stuck in space after losing a fight with Thanos. Captain Marvel saves them, and they return to Earth, meeting up with Black Widow, Bruce Banner, Captain America, Rocket, Thor, and War Machine. The heroes want to take the Infinity Stones back from Thanos and undo his evil actions, but when they find him, they learn he already destroyed the stones to prevent anyone from using them again. He says he did this for the greater good, but Thor is angry and kills Thanos. 5 years later, Scott Lang escapes from a strange place called the Quantum Realm. He finds out his daughter is now a teenager and his wife, along with half the population, is still gone. Captain America is also depressed. The Avengers are struggling to help people who survived Thanos wiping out half of all life. Black Widow is leading what's left of Earth and the universe with War Machine, Captain Marvel, Okoye, Rocket, and Nebula by her side. Scott Lang shows up at their headquarters and explains something strange. He was trapped in a place called the Quantum Realm for what felt like 5 years, but for him, only 5 hours passed. Time works differently there. Scott, Black Widow, and Captain America go to see Tony Stark, who's now married and has a kid. They explain their idea to use the Quantum Realm to travel back in time and get the Infinity Stones before Thanos does. Tony is hesitant at first because he doesn't want to risk his new life, but then he remembers losing Spider-Man in the snap. He agrees to help them find a way to make time travel work using Scott's shrinking technology. Meanwhile, the other Avengers are trying to find everyone who can help them fight Thanos again. Bruce Banner has even merged his mind with the Hulk and become stronger. Black Widow also hears rumors of a deadly assassin on the loose. The plan worked with a new way to travel through time. Clint Barton sets out to find the other Avengers. Since losing his family, Clint has become a ruthless vigilante called Ronin, hunting down criminal organizations worldwide. Determined to bring his family back, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, tracks Clint down in Japan and convinces him to rejoin the fight. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner and Rocket travel to New Asgard, a small town where the surviving Asgardians have settled after Thanos destroyed their home. They find Thor, who has become a heavy drinker and recluse, drowning his guilt over failing to stop Thanos. He's overweight, unkempt, and spends his days playing video games and eating junk food. After convincing from Rocket and Captain America, Steve Rogers, Thor agrees to help them. To test their new time machine, they use Clint. He goes through and comes back successfully, proving that the machine works. Now the Avengers assemble with a plan. Bruce, Steve, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and Tony Stark, Iron Man, set out to retrieve the Time Stone and Space Stone during the Battle of New York in 2012. Bruce heads to the Sanctum Sanctorum, the home of Doctor Strange. Here, he learns a crucial detail. Taking the Time Stone from this timeline could disrupt future events and prevent Doctor Strange from stopping a powerful villain later on. Bruce explains that Doctor Strange actually gave the Time Stone to Thanos willingly, part of a bigger plan to defeat him. The Ancient One, the Master of the Sanctum, reluctantly agrees to let Bruce borrow the Time Stone, trusting them to return it and prevent any negative consequences. Scott goes after the Space Stone, which Loki, Thor's mischievous brother, possesses during the battle. Scott shrinks down and discreetly tampers with Loki's fake heart device, causing a minor malfunction. While Loki's distracted, Tony steals the briefcase containing the Tesseract, the container for the Space Stone. Unfortunately, their plan hits a snag. As they're leaving, Loki accidentally gets knocked over by Hulk and the Tesseract falls out of the briefcase. Loki grabs it and uses its power to disappear. Steve manages to retrieve the Mind Stone from Hydra agents, but he encounters a younger version of himself from that time. Past Steve mistakes him for a disguised Loki and they fight. After a struggle, Steve convinces his younger self who he really is. Reunited with Scott and Tony, they realize they need a new plan to get the Space Stone. Time is running out, as their special PIM particles, which allow them to travel through the quantum realm, are limited. Scott Lang makes it back to the present with a Mind Stone. Steve Rogers and Tony Stark come up with a plan to steal the Space Stone from a U.S. military base in the 1970s. While there, Steve gets to see Peggy Carter again, and Tony has a meaningful conversation with his dad, Howard Stark. Meanwhile, Rocket and Thor travel to Asgard to get the Reality Stone before Malekith can use it for evil. Thor also gets a chance to spend some time with his dying mother, Frigga, while Rocket grabs the Reality Stone from Jane Foster. They both return to Earth, and Frigga helps Thor realize he's still worthy of wielding his hammer. War Machine and Nebula travel to Morag to steal the Power Stone before Peter Quill does. War Machine returns with the stone, but Nebula breaks down and stays on Morag. Here things get complicated. Thanos from the future finds a past version of Nebula and uses her to learn about the Avengers' plan. He then sends this fake Nebula back to the present as a spy. Black Widow and Hawkeye travel to Vormir to get the Soul Stone. However, the Red Skull, who guards the stone, tells them one person must sacrifice themselves to obtain it. After a struggle, Black Widow sacrifices herself, and Hawkeye returns with the Soul Stone. Once everyone's back in the present, Tony and Rocket work on building a gauntlet to use the Infinity Stones. They use nanotech from Tony's latest Iron Man suit. Steve decides to use the gauntlet and bring everyone back who vanished in Thanos' snap. He believes he can handle the immense power of the stones, and he succeeds in reversing Thanos' actions. However, their victory is short-lived. Thanos, brought to Earth by the fake Nebula, destroys the quantum tunnel used for time travel. He also attacks the Avengers headquarters, separating the group and dropping the gauntlet near Hawkeye. A big fight breaks out. A future version of Nebula kills the Nebula who infiltrated the Avengers. Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man confront Thanos. Thanos decides he'd rather destroy the entire universe and remake it how he wants. The heroes are outmatched, but then Black Panther and other people who were brought back by Steve Rogers show up to help. There's a huge battle where Iron Man meets Spider-Man again, and Star-Lord meets Gamora from the past. Thanos nearly overpowers them all, but Scarlet Witch stops him with her powers. In the chaos, Thanos orders his spaceship to fire a blast. Captain Marvel destroys the ship while fighting Thanos for the Infinity Gauntlet. Iron Man uses nanotech to steal the Infinity Stones from Thanos and snaps his fingers, turning Thanos and his army to dust. He says, "I am Iron Man," before dying from the power of the stones. The Avengers mourn Iron Man. They send his arc reactor, the heart of his Iron Man suit, floating out on a lake. Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch find comfort knowing Black Widow and Vision would be happy with their victory. Before you go, make sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it.